maybe the reason you're not sticking with your goals has nothing to do with discipline. It's just because you can't see the progress that you're making. I set 43 goals for myself this year, and somehow it's the most consistent that I've ever been. And it's not because suddenly I have more discipline. Have you ever set a goal with really good intentions, but then you forget about it a couple of weeks later? If that's you, hit the like button so that I know I'm not the only one who does this. Here's a quick recap for those of you who are new here or have forgotten. I set a number of goals based on my age. So this year I turned 43, so I set 43 goals. Yes, I know that's a lot. They're a mix of big goals, small goals, maybe one-time things experiences that I want to try out. They're things that I'm excited about or I really want to be a part of my life. Now, in reality, I'm not working on 43 goals every single day, because if I tried to do that, it would absolutely destroy me. I cannot. Trying to do 43 goals all at once is crazy. I mean, there are a few that I try to do regularly, like my fitness goals. And then there are other ones that are like one-time things, like go camping with the family once this year, or try pho because I haven't tried it before. So even though I have 43 goals, I'm not overwhelmed by all of them. Because let's be honest, if your goals feel like punishment, you're probably not going to stick with them. I do have a video that talks all about how I choose the goals, choose the number of goals, and when I'm going to start the goals, because spoiler alert, I don't do it on New Year's anymore. And I'll link that video down below so you can go watch that. So I think here's where a lot of us struggle. We set these goals, we have these big ambitions, but then we don't have any way to track it. It's just in our minds, oh yeah, I want to do that, and maybe you plan it out, but you don't have like a visual way to track it and see how you're making progress on those goals. Or you do track it and it's too overwhelming and complicated or boring. I mean, it could be any of those things. So then it's easy to give up. So I know you may be looking at this journal and thinking, well, that also looks overwhelming and complicated. And I totally get that. Sometimes it is. And that's why I don't just rely on the journal. I have this quick chart that has all of my goals listed on it with a space to check off when I've done something. So like if I do my hair, I don't have to print out the picture and put it in my spread and make it all beautiful. No, I can just take a quick picture of my hair, find the spot on the chart, color in the box, done. And then later, when I have more time, then I can print out that picture, put it in my spread, add any additional information, do the coloring, whatever. Otherwise, this journal wouldn't really work for me. This way I don't forget what I've already done, because there have definitely been times in the past for me when I go to fill out my journal, I'm updating everything, and I honestly can't remember, did I do this goal 3 times? Did I do it 5 times since I last wrote in my journal? I had absolutely no idea. So if keeping a big journal like this feels like too much, just use the quick chart. You don't need to use both, but I like to use both because I like the creativity of using the journal. But obviously you have to do what works best for you. So what about you? Do you track your goals or do you just try to remember everything? Let me know down in the comments. So in my goal journal, each of the goals has its own page or its own spread, and I do this for a couple of reasons. This gives each goal its own space and it makes it feel more important. I have to put a little bit more focus as I create that page and really think about how I want to accomplish that goal. Now, you don't have to have 43 goals like me, but perhaps creating a goal journal like this or creating space and a place to track each of your goals would help you to think about those a little bit more and help you to be more successful as you're trying to complete them. I do track different goals in different ways depending on what it is that I'm trying to accomplish. I track some of my goals with stickers, and yes, I totally admit that I am motivated by getting another sticker on my sticker chart, just like when I was a kid. And I remember when I was younger, when I had stickers, I'd always want to save them for like just the right moment. I had these stickers that I loved and but then you know what? I never used them. So now I use the stickers that I have. Did you ever do that? Do you still do that? Sometimes I still feel that way, like, oh, I love this sticker, I want it to be in just the perfect spot. But I'm pushing past that and I'm actually using the stickers that I love now, and it makes it so much more fun when I can see those fun stickers on my tracking pages. And then I can physically see my progress and I'm motivated to keep going. It also occurred to me that I can make my own stickers. I don't have to just settle for whatever I can find. I can make exactly the right thing that matches the goal that I have, and then I can print it out on sticker paper, cut it out, and then I have my own unique sticker that fits that goal perfectly. If you want me to make a video about how I make those stickers, let me know. I'm having so much fun with it. If you're wanting to track your goals and you see my goal journal and you think, oh my gosh, there's no way I can do that, just do what you can handle right now. My journal has evolved a lot since I first started doing this. My earlier journals were pretty simple, more of kind of a checklist. Then I started adding a little bit of color. I started getting a little fancier, adding some drawings in here and there. And this year I thought it would be really fun to include photos of me as I'm working on the goals, before and afters, or just of me completing the goals. I thought it might make looking at the journal more fun in the future, because then it's kind of like a scrapbook, you know? A scrapbook of the progress I made in my life this year. But of course, you don't have to do this like me. You could have a plain notebook. You could have a checklist. You could have it on your phone. You could just have like the quick chart that I like to use. Or you could go full-blown artsy-fartsy scrapbook style like I do. Now, I have heard some people talk about wanting to do more of a journal style, but they're afraid of messing up or making mistakes and it not looking perfect. And if that's you, just do it, just try it. It's not gonna be perfect. But I think you'll enjoy it and enjoy that creativity. Because you know what? I make mistakes in my journal, like all the time. Just remember that you're allowed to try new things. You're allowed to make mistakes. It's okay if it's not perfect. Just do it, just go for it. So it doesn't really matter how you choose to track your goals. What matters is that you can see that progress. This helps me to track my goals quickly and easily. And this lets me see my progress in a fun and meaningful way. And now when my next birthday comes around, I'll be able to see proof of how I showed up for myself and really strived to do the things that I wanted to this year. And I'll be ready and motivated for next year. Now, if this gave you some ideas, please let me know. I would love to hear how you track your goals. And don't forget to subscribe. Have an awesome day. Because there are definitely. So are you somebody who keeps track of their journals? So do you track your journal? Man, I'm having struggles here. And then I can physically see my progress. And don't forget to subscribe.